I don't care what their zoning law says. It is absolutely essential that we retain the right-of-way for the entire beachfront and the boardwalk. Well, just do it. Now, what was that about Duke's wife and Robert Scorpio?
But they're both investigating the Woods disappearance.
And you took it upon yourself to find this out?
No, Father, I didn't. I happened to be in the room when Duke's wife received the telephone call. I could tell from the conversation that it was Scorpio. And then I finally knew that it was Woods.
This could be very bad for Duke and for the family. Everyone is united behind Lavery for now, but no one within the family will tolerate any divided loyalties. If Duke finds out his wife is involved, how can he not be torn? This could split the family again. Woods has got a wife. Better make sure that she's not available for questioning. Can't have Anna Lavery or anyone else learn about Duke's hand in this.
It's been taken care of.
What are you talking about?
In this case, I did take things upon myself.
What?
I knew that you didn't want me to be involved, but I had to do something to prove to you that I was capable of handling things the way that Julian would.
Please, Olivia, tell me what you've done.
I managed to reach Mrs. Woods before Anna Lavery could talk to her again. I arranged for she and her children to be taken out of town and put into hiding. They'll be very comfortable. It will cost us a penny, but they won't be back. So much for the case of the disappearing husband. Tell me that I did the right thing. Tell me that you're proud of me.
Proud? I've done everything but beg you not to interfere. All right. Now that you've disobeyed me, how did you find out about Woods? That he worked for Carter? How can you know anything about them?
I know everything about them because Julian confided in me.
I don't believe it.
Julian believed in my ability, Father. Why can't you?
All right. What's done is done. Now, Olivia, tell me. I mean, since you're so capable, tell me. What would Julian do now?
Do? Do about what?
About the two bloated bodies on the bottom of the Port Charles River. Two bodies which Duke dumped there. One of them, of course, is the late Mr. Martin Woods. Answer me. What course of action do we take now?
Why? Why do we have to do anything?
Julian would have the answer like that.
I don't.
Robert Scorpio is a highly trained and skilled investigator. He's now involved in the Woods case. How much longer do you think it will take for him to put two and two together and drag the Port Charles River?
You got time for me?
Oh, I've always got time for you.
Well, it's little Mary Sunshine, and what do I owe the pleasure of this cheery disposition?
I'm always like this.
Not quite. Okay. Just tell me, what secret do we have locked up deep in our heart?
Well, you know, I don't really have a secret. I do have a surprise.
Talk to me.
You know, Duke's new club is opening in New York. Well, we want to have like a big party. And we decided that we should maybe invite some of our friends here from Port Charles, and somewhere along the line you got invited.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. If you come, you can bring a friend. Maybe Cheryl.
Of course, I'd love to come, and I'd be delighted to bring Cheryl.
Okay.
You know, I've always had an enormous curiosity about that place.
Robert, the night is strictly fun.
Well,
okay?
come on. What else? I mean, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I guess this means that, what's his name will be spending more time at home, right?
Yes, it does mean that Duke will be home more often, and I'm very happy about it, and I suppose maybe that's the secret of my happiness.
Bingo.
So why are you here?
Work.
Oh.
Let's talk about the Martin Woods case, shall we?
Robert, he resided in New Jersey. I think that is out of your jurisdiction.
Yeah, but he disappeared here in Port Charles, and that's very much my jurisdiction. And as I recall, I only gave you one extra day.
All right. Okay. What I have on this is just a photograph of him. I also have a very expensive wristwatch which had an inscription. Basically, we have a missing man who is related to the Carter family in New Jersey, and now we have a missing wife and children too.
Mrs. Woods is missing?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I went to New Jersey. I wanted to talk to her face to face instead of over the phone. I had a feeling that she was keeping something from me. Well, when I got to the apartment, she was gone. She obviously left in a hurry. I mean, there was nothing there, and a pot was on the stove, and it was still warm.
Interesting. Huh. You know, I might have known you wouldn't bring your hunch to me, even though it's now officially a police matter.
And I suppose you'd have brought it to me had the positions been reversed.
Probably not.
What have you got?
2 points of interest. One, Woods was definitely involved with the Carter mob. And two, there seems to be a long-running feud between the Carters and Jeromes. That name ring a bell with you?
Oh, Robert.
What?
Don't do this. Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't involve Duke in this. Don't.
Nothing in my past that I'm ashamed of. Give me the past.
Where is selfish? Where?
Just what do you want?
Well, I'm just wondering what Robert would think about what went on down in the Sunshine State. You know, some of your questionable corporate takeover deals.
Get to the point, Scott.
Well, the point is that Robert is a man of integrity, principles. So I would assume that he would look for the same thing in his little friends.
If it would give you some sort of sadistic pleasure to tell Robert anything you want about me, why don't you just go ahead?
No, not just yet.
Look, I have appointments this morning. Are you finished?
No.
All right.
New business.
Go on.
Well, do you remember when I told you I would hook you up with Meditech for your portfolios?
Yes.
Well, it's come to my attention that Amanda Barrington, Edward and Ellen Quartermain, Sean Donnelly are all heavily invested in the Stansberry Fund. Is that true, or have my sources been lying to me?
They're invested, yes.
Heavily invested. That's good. That's perfect. Because now it's come time to dump out of all stocks and invest the entire fund in Meditech.
Are you nuts?
Nope.
The whole point of the Stansberry Fund is diversification. It's meant to protect my clients from ever having to face a financial bloodbath. What are you up to?
I'm not up to anything. This is a bona fide offer.
Oh, I'll bet.
Listen, let me tell you something. I came back to town to reestablish myself. Now, I respect these people, and I want them to respect me. And I would never do anything to jeopardize that. So, convert to Meditech, and we'll be rich.
What do you know about Meditech that I don't?
Just convert and forget about your friends. They will make a fortune on top of what they already have.
I'm not promising anything.
I'm waiting, Olivia. What course of action should we take now? What would Julian do? It's only a matter of time. Very little time before Scorpio discovers Wood's body, which leads straight to Carter, then to Duke, then to the Jerome family. Advise me. What should we do?
I never said I could be a successful mobster.
Don't use that word.
All I've been trying to do is fulfill Julian's dream of making this family legitimate. I can bend a little by hiding Mrs. Woods away. But I don't know anything and can't do anything about bodies in the bottom of a river. I have no advice. All I want is the respect of the family so that I can help make Julian's dream a reality before it's too late.
Olivia, come here. Sit down. I know how much you loved your brother, and I deeply appreciate your devotion to him. And there are times, I'll admit, when I'm weary of the constant struggle and the danger and the violence. But Duke has given his word that he will honor Julian's wishes, and he will never break that vow. It is a job for a man. I want you safe. You're the only thing in my life that means anything to me, truly.
I know.
Then let me guide your happiness.
What do you mean?
After the club opens tomorrow night, I want you to go back to your art gallery, forget about everything here.
Everything.
I've seen the way you look at Duke. I know you're still thinking of trying to take him away from his wife. You're opening yourself to great pain.
Or great joy.
Baby, you're wrong.
Daddy, if Duke's love for Anna is as strong as you feel it is, then there's nothing I can do to change that. But you have to admit, as long as his heart is in Port Charles, you're going to have problems.